Alrighty guys, we're back for some mono red burn, and this is a Wilds of Eldraine standard brew. We're gonna go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, for anyone who may not know, I'm Red Cat and I play aggro decks and any decks with a red in them as well, so I hope that sounds fun to ya. So we do got that Discord link as well as that relatively new Patreon link down in the description if you're interested in joining either of those up. Okay, what do we got packed into the build here? A whole bunch of new cards to go over, but we'll start with Imodane the Pyrohammer. This is a 4-mana 4/4 legendary creature. Whenever an instant or sorcery spell you control that targets only a single creature deals damage to that creature, Imodane deals that much damage to each opponent. Really neat card, guys. A fun build around. We got a whole bunch of instant and sorcery burn in here to work well with this, so I will start by going over Virtue of Courage, though. It's a 5-mana enchantment, but we got that adventure side. Embereth Blaze is a 2-mana instant speed adventure. Embereth Blaze deals 2 damage to any target. Beautiful. We can honestly do some rearranging because we probably always want to activate that adventure before actually playing this down as Virtue of Courage, which is a 5-mana enchantment. And whenever a source you control deals non-combat damage to an opponent, you may exile that many cards from the top of your library. You may play those cards this turn. It's a pretty sick ability, dude. You can turn lightning strikes into a draw 3. Not literally a draw 3, but you guys know what I mean, right? So yeah, obviously we have all 4 lightning strikes, but I do want to continue going over all the new cards in here first. So we have 3 Flick a Coins. This is a 3-mana instant speed. It might be a little janky, but I actually really like this card. So deals 1 damage to any target. There's plenty of 1/1s that we wouldn't mind hitting with this, right? But you also get to create a treasure token. Okay, a little bit of ramp, but then it also replaces itself. You get that draw a card on the ability here too, so I like this. We got 3 of them in here because I actually think this might do a thing. And in a deck like this, if you're using that draw card and you have like Virtue of Courage on the board too, you can hit that opponent's face, see the top card with Virtue and draw a card, and you're getting a treasure. I don't know. It seems like it might actually pair nicely with a lot of the cards in here. So, okay, more new cards. We got Charming Scoundrel, all 4 of them, of course. It's a 2-mana 1/1. Almost said a 2/2 because of that bottom ability, but it is a 1/1 with haste. When it ETBs, you get to choose one of these. You can discard a card, then draw a card. Okay. Create a treasure token. Nice. Or you can create a Wicked Roll token attached to target creature you control. That Wicked Roll token is an aura. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1. And when this aura is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, each opponent loses 1 life. Very powerful creature, guys. And what I like about having that discard a card then draw a card in here with is actually Bloodfeather Phoenix. Rocking 3 of them, not all 4 this time round. It's a 2-mana 2/2. It's not new, by the way, but we don't get to see it too often, so I am going to go over it. So 2-mana 2/2, it has flying. Bloodfeather Phoenix can't block. Whenever an instant or sorcery spell you control deals damage to an opponent or battle, we don't have any battles in here, but still, you may pay 1 red mana. If you do, return Bloodfeather Phoenix from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste until end of turn. Figure with all the burn in here, like, yeah, we are kind of pushing the mid-range side of things, but I think we're going to be able to plug some serious damage through, and Bloodfeather Phoenix happens to be the perfect card to discard. And you know what I'm seeing a lot of still? Liliana, man. Liliana's floating about, so discarding Bloodfeather Phoenix to the Liliana isn't terrible either, and then eventually just dropping a lightning strike on the opponent's face, bringing back a Bloodfeather Phoenix, and all of a sudden, we're putting some serious pressure on, dude. Anyways, yeah, back to the new cards, huh? We got a couple of Torch the Tower. This is a 1-mana instant speed. It's rocking Bargain. So, for Bargain, you may sacrifice an artifact, enchantment, or token as you cast this spell. So you can't just like sacrifice a creature. That'd be pretty ridiculous, honestly, but you know, with the we have some token generation in here, we do. And as far as artifacts go, we have the treasures from the Flick a Coin and the Charming Scoundrel as well, so those could come in handy. Either way, Torch the Tower deals 2 damage to target creature or planeswalker. If the spell was bargained, instead, it deals 3 damage to that permanent, and you scry 1. Okay, so honestly, that could come in handy, but hey, check out this bottom ability here too. If a permanent dealt damage by Torch the Tower would die this turn, exile it instead. Beautiful. There's a bunch of cards that really don't want to be exiled. Like a Squee, for example. We're seeing Squee all over in mono red aggro. Speaking of mono red aggro, right? Phoenix chick. That doesn't like to be exiled either. There's going to be a lot of great targets for Torch the Tower. And the fact that we can ramp this up to 3 damage too and getting a scry, I like it, man. I really like that card. We got more burn in here that's new. Witchstalker Frenzy is a 4 mana instant speed, but it costs 1 less to cast for each creature that attacked this turn. So it could be your creatures too, which is really cool. A Witchstalker Frenzy deals 5 damage to target creature. Nice. So it doesn't cost 1 less for each attacking creature, so you can totally wait too. So if you are like swinging in, you could get that damage through from the swing, and then you could like drop a Witchstalker Frenzy on one of your own creatures like the Imodane, and then Imodane will deal that damage to the opponent as well. So that's a great reason to try out these burn spells that deal 5 damage. Outside of the fact that we just have to deal 5 damage all the time. I'm looking at you, Shieldred. Why are you still in my standard? Nah, Shieldred isn't that bad, right, guys? Okay, what else do we got in here? We got 4 Play with Fires, of course, right? I already went over the Lightning Strike. I already went over the Bloodfeather Phoenix. Call in a Professional is a 3 mana instant speed. Players can't gain life this turn. Okay. Damage can't be prevented this turn. Okay. A Call in a Professional deals 3 damage to any target. And then it gives us a little note here. Shield counters don't prevent this damage as they're removed. Really cool, kind of an underplayed burn spell, especially when we do see a decent amount of life gain. I don't know how often that'll actually come into play. I just wanted another piece of burn that can actually ping the opponent's face. That way we can like bring back a Bloodfeather Phoenix or something, especially in the mid game when you're paying 3, bringing back maybe a couple Phoenixes. You never know. Maybe that's a reason to try 4 of these, but no, I think 3 is going to be good. All right, we got Jaya Fiery Negotiator here. 4 mana, 4 loyalty, legendary planeswalker. +1 gets us a 1/1 monk with prowess. Beautiful. We can always use that token to bargain. I don't know if we would want to do that, but it is tokens, so. Got -1, exile the top 2 cards of your library. Choose one of them. You may play that card this turn. Pretty good ability. It's got a -2. Choose target creature an opponent controls. Whenever you attack this turn, Jaya Fiery Negotiator deals damage equal to the number of attacking creatures to that creature. Well, I mean, we don't mind attacking with our creatures, so yeah, that could come in handy. Got a -8 as well. I've never been able to pull off the -8, but hey, maybe today's the day. You get an emblem with whenever you cast a red instant or sorcery spell, copy it twice. You may choose new targets for the copies, so that is an absolutely disgusting emblem, right? It will help you wrap up the game really fast. Got a couple burn down the house, just being able to wipe the board comes in handy all the time, but then the devils help us wrap up so many games, dude, it's not even funny. The devils are also tokens, if we want to note that for the bargain on the Torch the Tower. And then the very top end, we have a single Chandra Hope's Beacon. This is a 6 mana, 5 loyalty, legendary planeswalker. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. This ability only triggers once each turn. It's got a +2 here, add 2 mana in any combination of colors. Nice. It's got a +1, exile the top 5 cards of your library. Until the end of your next turn, you may cast an instant or sorcery spell from among those exiled cards. Beautiful. It's also got a -X. Chandra Hope's Beacon deals X damage to each of up to 2 targets, which could easily just help you wrap up the game, right? Sometimes in a burn style deck, by the time you get to the 6th mana, all you got to do is just -5 the Chandra and deal that 5 damage to the opponent's face, right? So beautiful. Okay, we got 25 land in here. 22 of them are mountains. We have a Crucible of Defiance, rocking an Autonomous Furnace this time, just in case we end up flooding out. And I just don't think that this is a deck that cares too much that this is going to come out tapped. I think there's going to be plenty of turns where, like, you know, we can play Autonomous Furnace as our 3rd land and still keep open one of our 2 mana burn spells for that turn or something. You know what I mean? Or just like maybe you don't see any of your 1 mana burn spells and you just play this on your first turn. It's going to be interesting to see if this can do a thing though, right? Maybe we'll end up drawing off of it today. And also a single Mirrex, another way to maybe kind of sort of help us wrap up a game if it comes down to it, but also more token generation for the bargain as well. I just really like Mirrex, and I think the one of is going to be completely fine in here. Honorable mentions, guys. More utility removal could be good for a deck like this. So just something to consider, and your choice of spot removal is always fine and dandy. So that's the reminder with a Braid here. Beautiful card. Thought about Chandra Dress to Kill a little bit. Thought about Nahiri's Warcrafting. I do want to just try out that Witchstalker Frenzy instead as our choice 5 damage card. Thought about making this a Sulfum build, actually, but just leaning into the new card with Imodane the Pyrohammer just seems a little bit more fun right now. In the honorable mentions for a reason, though, huh? Stoke the Flames almost made the cut. I don't think we have enough creatures in here. I mean, we kind of sort of do, and we have creature generation off of Jaya and maybe burn down the house, but yeah, you know, honorable mentions for a reason. And then Invoke Calamity didn't make the cut this time, but maybe it should have, huh? Okay, guys, is that everything? I think so. I feel like I took a little bit too long to go over a simple burn build, but either way, let's go ahead, take it into some ranked, and see how we do. All right, guys, we'll see if we can get right into that first game. The servers seem to be a little bit behind today. It took me a while to actually find my way through the menus because it kept saying waiting for server. There we go, right into the first game. So what am I expecting from the build? I'm expecting a little bit, and here's why. I actually did some test games the other day, and speaking of those test games, I wanted to apologize to a couple of the opponents. My game was freezing up in a couple of those test games, so I apologize to the opponents. I don't think this is keepable. Let's do it. We do. This is a 2-mana removal spell, kind of, sort of, right? We're gonna push the limits of the build, huh? And like, we got the draw on Flick a Coin too. I mean, this is all removal in some form. All right, pass it back to the opponent. Yeah, I don't know why the game was freezing up on me yesterday. Hopefully that's completely fixed, though. All right, based on what they're playing, we're just gonna ping their face with the Virtue of Courage and get that adventure side ready eventually. Especially now that we got the Lightning Strike too. Ooh, Imodane, dude, we're drawing really well, huh? Yeah, this ended up working out, I'd say. All right, we could do Flick a Coin on our turn, but it's not worth it. There's nothing we can actually like play onto the board. Oh, the life gain's brutal. Oh, that would have been a perfect showcase of our other 3-mana burn spell that prevents the life gain. Yeah, I'm pinging their face just to get that draw. We filter that out. We get a little bit of ramp there too. Oh, Jaya, nice, nice. Nice, dude, it's just Jaya for the turn, huh? No blue on the opponent's side, so it lands. It could easily be removal for the Jaya, unfortunately, but like, you know, Sheoldred's Edict has been floating about a little bit too much for my liking, and that easily removes Planeswalkers. Aw, poor Jaya. You tried, Jaya. One day we'll get that -8. It might not be anything, too. It might be like another Union of the Third Path, for example. Okay, nice. Well, Virtue of Courage might be okay next turn. I don't know why I wanted to save this treasure. We could have just played the Virtue of Courage and... Oh, there's the Sheoldred's Edict. I wonder if they just drew that, or... Oh no, opponent's missing mana. Dude, the opponents have been getting pretty unlucky, I'd say, as far as mana goes. Alright, Virtue of Courage helps us see a lot more off the top. I'm going to do this before the swing because of prowess, right? Get that swing on in. Opponent's at 21. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. Oh no, enchantment removal would suck. Oh, maybe they were just reading it to see what it does. It is a new card, so... I'm so used to everything just getting removed that as soon as one of my cards gets highlighted, I'm like, yep, it's out of here. Oh, it is out of here too. No. I spent 5 mana on that. Funny enough, even though they haven't found their 4th mana yet, this is still anyone's game as we're going really, really slow. Imodane, and then we could just go Lightning Strike to the opponent's face. I don't want to do Witchstalker Frenzy because I don't want to kill any of my cards. If they had a creature though, like we'd swing with our monk and then we'd ping their creature with the lightning strike, and then that lightning strike would still deal damage to their face too, which is really cool. We could keep the lightning strike back for that matter, since it probably... Yeah, it's probably better than the extra 1 damage on the prowess. To be able to actually pick up creatures and whatnot, that's probably better, huh? They found their 4th. Depopulate. No. No, I just played it. Alright. Well, now what, guys? They removed... Oh, what a top deck, dude. What a top deck. We have 2 mana available after we play the Chandra. We could still go +1 on Chandra. We could go +2 Lightning Strike. I think we're going to Lightning Strike this turn anyways. The question is the +1 on here find a different kind of Lightning Strike a little better? Yeah, maybe actually. Hopefully they don't have another Sheoldred's Edict. Wow, a couple Lightning Strikes. Yeah, there we go. That works. See, it also, we had a chance of finding... There we go, 6 damage. Anyways, we had a chance of finding the... Where is it? It's exiled. Virtue of Courage, right? The Embereth Blaze. Oh, Fateful Absence. Dude, this is brutal, man. I guess we'll start with this and see if we see like a Charming Scoundrel. Maybe we can trade out one of our mountains. Play with Fire. Okay. I mean, the Play with Fire Scry will be good. Man, our Planeswalkers dying so easily to this deck. Those were easily gonna be how we generated value, right? And they just... Oh! Crucible is not too bad, is it? Is it? Wandering Emperor exists, though. Alright, I'll send it. We don't need more land. The creatures could have been good, but I think there's just better things we can see here. Oh, Bloodfeather Phoenix. Yeah, the exile off of a Wandering Emperor would be brutal, though. I guess we just cast the Phoenix. How much did they gain off that first union? I'm kind of curious to know. I don't think we need to play this. I'm going to keep this to discard to a Charming Scoundrel when it comes time, guys. We have 8 mana on the board. That's more than enough to do everything that we need to do. And so, yeah, just keeping a card in hand that we can successfully discard or trade out. Anoint with Affliction. Exile. Oh, man. we could Witchstalker Frenzy our own card so it doesn't get exiled. That's funny. I'm doing it. Maybe they'll double down on removal, huh? They have so many cards in hand. The thing is, like, we're kind of fizzling out, and so I don't know if keeping... Like, oh, hey, Charming Scoundrel. Beautiful. That's really good. Alright, we'll start with that. And we will end up ditching this mountain. Discard, draw. I feel like I'm getting a little bit of lag, and I'm super scared that we're gonna, like, freeze up or something. Yeah, I don't know why my game ended up crashing yesterday, but we did have... Oh, another Lightning Strike. Wow. Wow. And we still have 4 mana, too. But, yeah, we're gonna spend 1 for the Phoenix. We'll get that swing. Go for the Throat. Okay. We still have enough mana if we want to go ahead and... Oh, he did it right on time for the declare attacker's step, unfortunately. That's okay. I'm gonna save both Lightning Strikes for next turn, then. I mean, opponents at 10, there's a lot we could see off the top. Anyways, I got sidetracked there. Yeah, there was an update yesterday, which might be why my game ended up crashing. But the crashing multiple times was concerning. Wow, holy cow, dude. Alright, buddy, I hope you got that Wandering Emperor. Play with Fire, see that Scry. Flick a coin. You know what, dude? I'm keeping that on top. It's like, it's more burn. All right, opponent has 4 cards. What are the odds? It's got to be more removal, just based on what they're playing, right? Like, look at this. That's disgusting, dude. It's got to be the Wandering Emperor or something. Oh, March. And they're gaining? Oh, no, dude. How rough is this? How rough, dude? Okay, flick a coin, still a great draw next turn. I am gonna keep both lightning strikes open. This is gonna be an uphill battle. Hopefully the opponent fizzles out soon. Celestis, that's beautiful. That helps them filter unwanted cards out of their hand. That's really good for the opponent, man. Bring them down to 10. Okay, we're just gonna do everything on our turn because I wanna start with flick a coin. Bloodfeather Phoenix really doing a thing here, guys. It really is. Oh, Mirrex. That's a good example of a, like, this is a great example of a game where Mirrex could really come in handy. Really, we're actually landing a hit, guys. So Mirrex, and we might as well activate this now. And then we still have mana open for Lightning Strike, which I'd rather do on their turn. With board wipes in the game, I should have activated that on the opponent's turn. I got so hasty, guys. I don't know why I did that at all. Okay, Celestis ability gains them some life. That's good. I didn't get punished because, yeah, we want to do that at the end of their turn just in case they drop like a board wipe or something insane, right? We have so much mana that I'm keeping both lightning strikes open for our turn. Just because you never know if there has to be a specific order. If they go for like something on their turn or at the beginning of our turn. I don't know. I just feel like since we have so much mana, keeping both of these back is more important than using one of our treasures in this, right? Okay, I mean, we have 4 damage on the board and 6 damage in hand. I don't think it's going to be lethal because the opponent still has 2 cards in hand, so. Opponent, are you there, buddy? Opponent has left the building, guys. But hey, I just got done talking about how the game was crashing on me, so benefit of the doubt, dude. The game might have crashed. For the opponent too. You guys will have to let me know if the game's been crashing for you guys. Let me know in the comments. Using a timeout. I'm gonna go ahead and pause the recording until the opponent comes back. Okie dokies. Okay, the opponent didn't end up coming back. It looks like they used all of their timeouts. Well, GG. Wait, I didn't know that if you used all of your timeouts, it just ends the game. I thought it would have passed back to us for a swing. Dude, I'm gonna really enjoy having this pause button, man. I'll tell you what. GG opponent. We were plugging some serious damage in. Now, had the opponent actually seen more mana early on, maybe that would have been a very different game, but think about how much life gain they had throughout that whole match. We were really piling damage through, dude. Also, if we would have seen that Mirrex a little bit earlier too, maybe it would have been an earlier game as well, just having more creatures and whatnot, so. Cool. I bet the opponent froze there or something. I bet because, yeah, seeing that my game froze up 2 times yesterday while testing this deck, yeah, it probably froze because they were playing really fast the whole time. We go first. Nice. Okay, we have 25 land in here. Okay. I think this is keepable, right? Some early removal. Plenty of turns to draw more land, or more removal for that matter if we need it. Hello, opponent. Hello, my friend. Oh dear. Oh no. Well, I'm glad we went first here. Hey, more mana. That's good. That's good. We're gonna need it. What's good about Imodane, the fact that it's a 4/4, it can be pretty difficult for mono red to remove, so yeah, taking that out's totally fine. which is why for mono red builds, I always recommend having these cards, at least 1 or 2 of them that deal 5 damage, because it comes in handy often. Mana flips. We'll see if there's a better target for this lightning strike though. Mano number 2. Okay. Anything with that other mountain? Phoenix chick. Okay. That etching is worth grabbing, I would say. The Phoenix chick, maybe we'll get a chance to exile it this game with our bargain card. Play with fire, that's cool. I just want to play Imodane for the turn though. Maybe it'll actually survive. And then we can do really cool things with our Witchstalker Frenzy and everything. 3rd mana, it could be a 5 damage spell to the Pyrohammer now. Honestly, with the 2 mana, they could have doubled down on burn too, but that wouldn't be the greatest thing for them as they want to pack damage to our face instead. Raging Battle Mouse, okay. So their 2nd spell costs 1 less to cast, so it could be like a 2nd Raging Battle Mouse, right? So we played with Raging Battle Mouse in my janky food fight build, and it was solid, dude. Very, very cool creature. Charming Scoundrel, yeah. Wow. Wow. I'm surprised they didn't go like, well, no, it depends. Yeah, that's a good play too. I was gonna say more damage like Wicked Roll on the Phoenix chick, but no, this is cool. So we have Witchstalker Frenzy. We'll wait for them to swing next turn for that. Flick a coin. Takes out Phoenix chick and gets us a treasure, but Play with Fire is probably a little better. How do we want to do this, guys? How do we want to do this? Because I don't want to swing into this. You know what I mean? I apologize, opponent, I'm thinking. If we go like Witchstalker Frenzy right now, it's 5 to the face and we can swing with Imodane. We'll take 1 and we probably don't die next turn. I think we... Oh. We swing. Yeah, our creatures too, guys. Our creatures too. 5 damage to the opponent's face. We take 1. And then we can Play with Fire the Scoundrel if we don't want them to chump block. That's cool, man. I like that. Another 2. Dude. Piling damage through, man. Oh, buddy. Mana off the top would be good too. I don't know if that Play with Fire play was worth it, but it's like extra damage, so. Oh, squee. Anyone's game, dude. Anyone's game. Down to 9. Mana is fine. But now the question comes, if we drop burn, we'll have 7 damage, not 9, right? If we go flick a coin, we might find more burn off the top. We could drop some blockers as well. I'm gonna go flick a coin. No. I changed my mind. We're gonna get some blockers down here. And I will swing with Imodane. And we're just gonna keep the blockers on the ground. If we went flick a coin and took out like the Phoenix chick, then their next swing, they could bring both Phoenix chick back from the grave anyways. And so by going Devils to block, so getting the land there was super essential, man. Outside of that, we could have like dropped the flick a coin on this goblin instead of the Phoenix chick, so. It looks like it is going to be Phoenix chick from the grave, and then we have to like anticipate a lightning strike from their hand as well, right? So, oh, keeping the 3 mana open. The exile, guys, the exile, crap. 3, 4, 5, yeah, we should block all of them. Etching is such a pain in the butt, dude. So we're getting some cards off the board here. We could double block and just take more damage, actually. That's probably a little better. Which one do we want to double block? Like this instead? Get rid of the etching in case we see another burn down the house. And if they decide to use burn on one of the devils to save their etching, then that's burn that's not hitting our face too. So I don't know, a lot of different options for blocking that turn. Because we also could have just blocked a 1/1, taken even less damage to the face too. Lightning strike on one of the devils to keep the etching around, so we're taking 3 down to 6. That was a lightning strike not hitting our face, which is huge for us, man. Still got 1 mana. Could be like a monstrous rage, or oh yeah, it is. Oh, they missed lethal. They could have lightning striked our face, right? So we just got lucky there. Also, we could flip the coin one of their creatures there too, but it doesn't matter. A good game opponent. I'm not missing something, right? They could have lightning striked our face, dropped the monstrous rage. I don't think I was missing anything instead of saving the etching there. Oh heck yeah, I had fun that game. A clash between 2 very different versions of mono red. Man, they can plug some serious damage through, and the monstrous rage is such a insane addition to these mono red builds too. Like that plugged so much extra damage. That's scary business, man. We gotta watch out for chump blocking nowadays in mono red, huh? Because yeah, those 1/1s, that wasn't safe. That wasn't safe with that card around. Chump blocking isn't the same. So that could have come down to being my fault too, instead of like wiping the board or something. But losing that Imodane would have been awful, right? Because that was one of our main ways to plug that damage through. I love seeing that Imodane put in some work though. That was fun. We go first. Sure, we don't have to keep Play with Fire open. We'll get that Autonomous Furnace down. Totally fine, dude. Also, since we don't have a... Well, no, we do kind of have a 2 mana with Virtue of Courage. I was going to say, if we didn't, we could go Mountain, keep Play with Fire open, then turn 2 play the Autonomous Furnace and still have the Play with Fire open, right? So, alright. We have the Embereth Blaze available. Up against soldiers? Oh, Selesnya humans maybe. I was going to say up against soldiers, we might have a good chance, but yeah, we take the 2 and ping the Catilda here, huh? That Catilda needs to go. We could also have dropped the flick a coin on it next turn too, and actually just popped the recruitment officer. I'm sorry guys, I'm not really thinking these through, am I? I'm just slamming the removal, man. But it depends what we draw too. More burn, okay. So now we have flick a coin open. Yeah, we could have done that on our turn. We didn't want them to ramp with this ability at all, and so I was getting a little hasty, and I feel like that might not have been the best route, especially since they like to deal damage to our face, so... Coppercoat Vanguard. Okay. We'll have the treasure open, and we can use that treasure to play with fire the Vanguard. So we want to do that before the ward hits. And we want to do ramp into Virtue of Courage instead of Vanguard? Okay, sure, I guess. Turn 4 Virtue of Courage is pretty good, man. And now we could start using that to just get a lot of value. We can start pinging the opponent's face with some of the burn and just seeing more off the top. Yeah, that seems good. We slowed them down a little bit here. Getting that ramp off the board worked out in our favor. Yeah, turn 4 Virtue over the Play with Fire. What do you guys think? Worth it? 4th mana comes down. 2 more Vanguards? Oh, Sigarda, Font of Blessings. Other permanents you control have hexproof. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast angel spells and human spells from the top of your library. So we're definitely going to want to use the Witchstalker Frenzy on that. Okay, more mana. That's not terrific, is it? So we could go Play with Fire their face, scry C2, and see what we see. Because we could play land off of that. Oh! Charming Scoundrel. I like that. Like, we have a couple turns of burn that we could still do, but I want to trade out one of these mountains too. I'm going to keep that. We're going to see too. It could be land underneath the Scoundrel as well. Take action. Play with fire. Wow. It's too bad they have hexproof over there. Alright, so we're going to start with Charming Scoundrel. There's a lot to think about here, guys. Discard a card, then draw a card. Jaya, that's beautiful, dude. Oh, buddy. You know what? Play with fire face. Let's see if we can play a land. Oh, Imodane. Crap. Oh, I would have loved that. I would have loved playing that. Virtue of Courage is only till the end of this turn, though, right? Alright, take action. Let's see if we find a land. Oh, crap. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, both of these would have been great against this deck, though. We have 1 mana open for Witchstalker Frenzy, which isn't going to work because they only have 2 creatures to attack with. Okay. Maybe I could have thought about that turn a little bit better. I don't mind our plays, though. Losing the Imodane and a couple other really good cards, though, that definitely sucks. Oh, if they buff that Sigarda any further, we gotta hit that. We gotta get rid of that Sigarda, dude. I'm gonna chump to 3. Yeah, I gotta stop thinking about getting value off the Virtue and just get rid of this card. Yeah. 4 mana. If they if they buff it before they swing next turn, then Witchstalker Frenzy. How greedy do we want to get here? Because we could drop Jaya, keep the Witchstalker Frenzy open, and then whenever they drop the full swing, we could get rid of Sigarda with the Frenzy. Okay, what the heck, man. Let's do it. Let's get super greedy. If they drop Intrepid Adversary number 2, it is what it is, man. I'm having a good time with the deck regardless, so... Lightning Strike open, and most likely Witchstalker Frenzy open as well after the swing. We just hope that it hits the Sigarda as a 5/5. Come on, opponent, don't buff this board, man. Don't buff this board state. Invasion, okay. That doesn't buff it yet. Oh, except they can make the Witchstalker Frenzy a lot more expensive. Oh crap, dude. So they just want to attack with the single Sigarda. Oh no, when the greed doesn't pay off, guys. I'll tell you what, man. Giving hexproof to all their other creatures, that Font of Blessings looks awesome. Oh, maybe they don't plan. There's oh, that's right. That's smart because they could still just swing with the Sigarda. And then it still costs 3 mana that we don't have. And then the Sigarda can either ping the Jaya or flip the Invasion. If they flip the Invasion, Sigarda goes up to... Oh, they're swinging. They're swinging. Okay, we have the Witchstalker Frenzy available. Maybe this is protection in their hand then, and that's why they hit the Lightning Strike. Oh. Rearranging the swings. We are at 11, so a full swing to face would be good. Maybe they are thinking Witchstalker Frenzy's 4 mana regardless. Yeah, getting this down to 1 mana is huge for us, dude. Take this out of the equation. Prowess takes out the adversary. No protection from the opponent? Oh, no. Oh no, opponent. That was the curse of new cards for sure. Alright, so we can go exile top 2 with the Jaya. I think we're just gonna go Monk. And we're going to go
Experience will do you good.
Keep Lightning Strike available, I guess. We also have draw on the Autonomous Furnace here too, but I want to be able to pay the 4 for the Lightning Strike. Wait, this is only 2 mana tap this too, so since we have 7, we do have both of these available. And they don't know what this mountain is as well, so see what they end up doing here. Yeah, I'm sorry guys, I probably could have played this one out a little bit better too, and I know sometimes the greed pays off, sometimes it doesn't. So we could start with a draw on the Furnace and still have the 4 available. See what we see. Because it could be like, Okay, more mana. Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll ping it. I'll ping it. Getting rid of Vanguard's pretty good, man. Oh, they could have found protection too off the top. So, Surge of Salvation. Does that give it indestructible? It does not. So I'm blocking. It's just hexproof. Right? You and permanents you control gain hexproof until... Oh, prevent all damage that... the monk is red, isn't it? So yeah, no blocks. Down to 6. Okay, maybe we should have just hit them on our turn so they didn't find anything. I'm gonna go Lightning Strike to face to find more off the Virtue of Courage. This one's all over the place, man, because I feel like we're doing our dandiest to generate some value here. Wow, dude, okay. Embereth Blaze on the Vanguard. This monk doesn't have prowess, so... at this point, we could try to find even more land off the top with Virtue. See if we find any. There we go. Nice. That's good. That's good news, guys. And then we have Torch the Tower, but we don't necessarily want to do that right now anyways. If they had a creature, then sure. Scoundrel's gonna go here too. Another monk. Dude, look at us go, man. Okay. This Jaya holding us up. I'll tell you what. We drew a lot of mana this game. You love to see the Autonomous Furnace actually helping us out a little bit from the Flood. These have been great matches, guys. Oh, wow, they have a board wipe. GG opponent, GG. They didn't know that we only had 3 land here, though. The Witchstalker Frenzy play was wild for us, man. And it's like I said, the curse of new cards. It takes me a good long while to finally learn the cards, and yeah, getting this down to the 1 mana. We needed to get it down to 2 mana because we only had 2 open. It ended up working out very nicely for us. 5 damage is exactly what we needed there. I really enjoy the burn that we have packed in, but I do wonder if we need even more. I don't know, that might just be how it feels right now, though, based on, well, let's go into the final thoughts here, right? I feel like we showcased some really great games today. I had a blast with it. I always do with Burn, though. Always have a fun time. I struggled a little bit today, I would say. I wouldn't say that this is like, oh, a more difficult version of Burn to play. I wouldn't say that at all. I think it comes down to just I guess the new cards. I don't like having an excuse by any means, but yeah, it was a little bit tricky to play and tricky to find like, oh, what's the best value to play now? Even with my test games the other day, you know, you could call those practice matches, right? I feel like in a deck like this, you're gonna need a bunch of practice. Well, I'm gonna need a bunch of practice matches, right? You guys might be able to pilot it much better than what I was, but and any mid-range style deck, I always bring that up, right? Like I always bring up, oh, I wish I would have practiced with this. This was a tough one, right? That's just kind of how it is for me with mid-range. On that note, do we consider this mid-range? Yeah, absolutely. Could we call it aggro? Probably not. We do like to get to that mid-game, but honestly, we'd like to close up the game early mid, right? Right? I think so. And we really know how to plug that extra damage through. So, all right, let's talk about the individual cards here. So Imodane was sick, dude. I would have loved to play with this more today. But when it was on the table, it was awesome. Jaya is terrific, man. Should we go up to 2 of these? Maybe. I don't know. The one of was fine, though. The one of Chandra on the top end was fine, too. It was a shame that both of those got removed that one game so easily. But as you guys saw, once Jaya lands on the table, if the opponent doesn't have a great way to remove it, or if we got rid of all their creatures, that was their plan to attack it. You know, we have so much burn, which is counted as removal in this build. So yeah, if you can protect one of these planeswalkers, they just run away with the game pretty fast, I would say. In that last one, even though we were flooding out, I was going to go maybe -1 here on the Jaya to just find more burn off the top, then use that burn to find more burn off the Virtue of Courage, which is just gnarly, man. So yeah, could we consider 2 Jayas? Abso-freaking-lutely, man. I wouldn't go up to 2 Chandras though. I think, yeah, like I said, early mid game. So going up to 2 of these, maybe we'd want more ramp or something. 6 mana is a lot, even though we found it in most of those games. I just don't know if that's exactly what the deck is trying to do, right? Outside of that, Witchstalker Frenzy is sweet, man. The fact that 3 creatures swing in and all of a sudden this is 1 mana, 5 damage is wild. The fact that you can use Witchstalker Frenzy with the Imodane is just freaking terrific, man. You got Imodane on the board, you deal 5 damage to an opponent's creature or something. All of a sudden you're dealing 5 damage to their face. And if it was cheap too, like, oh, buddy, that's wild, huh? Bloodfeather Phoenix, I like the 3 of. I wouldn't go up to 4. I wouldn't go down to 2. I like this. I love that we could discard it to like Charming Scoundrel or discard it to the opponent's Lilianas. We didn't get to see that today, but we also really didn't get to see Torch the Tower do anything today, did we? Still like the 2 of though. Very solid removal spell, man. Flick the Coin is awesome. You guys should give this card a shot, man. I don't know. I like it. I love that it draws. Love that it ramps. The 1 damage hits its mark often, dude. Very often, actually. There's a lot of 1/1s that we just love to hit. So Flick the Coin. We didn't get to see Calling a Professional today either. And then, of course, Virtue of Courage. Yep, excellent. Excellent, excellent card, man. At this point, when we're just pinging all these creatures with all of our burn, it's very easy to get that Virtue of Courage down at 5 mana and be relatively successful with it as well. So I like it. I like it. And this was one of the reasons that the deck was hard for me to play, I would say, because it came down to, well, do I remove an opponent's creature or do I ping the opponent's face and try to see more? And maybe when we see more, we can get rid of the opponent's creature in question anyways. So there is like a balance with Virtue of Courage that we had to find. And I really struggled finding that today. But yeah. Hopefully you guys had as much fun as I did. Just simple burn, dude. Love it. I still feel like I took too long to go over it at the beginning too. Because yeah, it is just simple burn, but burn down the house was fine. The Devils didn't get to do too much today, unfortunately, but they usually do. I wouldn't go, well, maybe we could go down to 1, go up that second Jaya. Maybe that's what we end up trading out. Probably not, though. There are going to be plenty of moments where you can't keep up with the 1-for-1 burn with your opponent's creatures, and so just hitting multiple creatures with the burn down the house is going to be essential. Yeah. I wouldn't go down any of these. I think the 2 is completely fine. Like the Mirrex Autonomous Furnace, dude, and a deck that can run these land spheres or whatever. When they can successfully run these without worrying about tapped land, it's solid, man. I love that we traded this out today for another land. Of course, the Crucible was great too. Yeah, 25 land was probably fine, even though we flooded in most of those games. I think we want that much mana often because there was plenty of moments where we wanted to do multiple things on the same turn, right? So, guys, if you made it this far into the video, guess what? Y'all are champions. I super duper appreciate you for real, and I will see you in the next video.